Yeah, I got it here too.
We have a bad storm that's going on down here. So I want to welcome everybody tonight, and it's good to be home. This past 3 weeks have reminded me how sweet it is to love somebody and have somebody love you, and the benefits of caring about other people. Hi, Marcia.
Hey.
Uh,
Yeah.
um, yeah, every I think I have to think that us learning about living in the moment, enjoying where you are, because I know that kept occurring to me a lot over these 3 weeks that I was there. That's one of the reasons I chose that over doing the work I would have at some time in the past here, but I didn't leave a good moment to come and do this, which is really about what they talk about, mindfulness and enjoying the moment that you're in instead of always borrowing from the future or worrying about something that's in the past. Way Out is getting ready to start. Let me share my screen on the 26th. I got two mouses here, so I'm going to be crazy. Okay, let's see, desktop. Okay. So at this point in the challenge,
What the fuck?
is that you, Marsh?
Yeah, I'm gonna just see what it says.
There we go. When she comes back, somebody remind me to unmute her, okay? So in the June challenge, that was the total purse. This was the total amount of people that signed up. Right now, we have, let's go into the challenge wall. Let's see. Of course, the Way Out is on the end of the challenge is on the 30th. 11,394 pounds that's recorded, and Way Outs haven't even started. I want to encourage everybody to weigh out. It makes no difference because all the pounds are tallied, and this is a challenge, and it is nice to have the bragging rights of how many pounds were lost in a challenge that you were in. We've been in a big challenge, and then now the challenges have gotten to be a little bit smaller. Everybody that was in the other challenge, which do you prefer? The big challenge, when we had all of those thousands of people? Did it matter?
No, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. Marcia and I talked about friending the people who have been in the challenge, and the reason this subject come up is those of you that know Tammy, right?
Yes.
People here know Tammy, and
Yes.
her father-in-law died, and it's a sad situation because the mother has Alzheimer's and stuff. But I go in there one day and I see 6 or 7 comments, and every one of them is from somebody in our room that's been in the challenge. And I couldn't help but feel the support, that, where were all the other people in her life? Every comment there come from people who have met her through the challenge. And to me, it just rang support. And the reason that people have these connections with each other is because they went into the Huddle Up and they friended people. So if you go into the Huddle Up, where anyone that's been on the challenge is in here, if they're on Facebook, and if they have friended me, they have to friend me before I can put them in here. And we have 48 members, and you can go in here and you can click on anyone as you want to, and then you can send a friend request. And so you can be connected to people more than just in the room. It's, and I can see where friendships have been made. Dawn, are you able to talk, honey?
Just a little.
Well, I was just, if you want to, you can pass if you want. But I know you are so good about following up on people and commenting on Facebook, and you friended a lot of people. So you would be my best one to tell people what you get from it.
Oh yeah, I think I friended everybody. I sent a friend request to everybody that was in the Huddle Up, and yeah, I try to inspire and comment whenever they're on, like there was somebody that popped up on, had a birthday, either yesterday, I can't remember, but it was somebody I don't really know, but I know she was from the huddle. And so, I wished her happy birthday, and I try to, just to be encouraging, through Facebook. And if they're not involved, that might, help bring them back. And, um, that's how I keep in contact pretty much with everybody, is through Facebook or texting, because I never know when I'll be able to talk or whatever.
Well, what a great idea of keeping them in the fold. That who knows that eventually they might come back. And we've had people come in and out, and I'm sure there's people who's been in that will be back. There's those of us that have remained in the challenge, and I, for one, I'm very glad I have remained in the challenge. And I hear that over and over again. Marcia Novita was talking about maintaining is no picnic, and it's true. But because you're here, you can maintain. And she has signed up for most of the challenges and is going to continue, because go ahead, Marsh, if you would speak to it. She finds the challenge to help her with maintaining. Yeah,
It keeps me really on track.
yeah. And when you say it's not easy to maintain, I know what you mean by that. But you tell what you mean by that.
Well, even though I don't have the pressure of losing the weight anymore, it's not really a struggle, but it is a challenge to just keep the weight now, because I've always gained it back after losing weight.
Mm-hmm. That's a very good point.
I know, and this is the first time I've been able to maintain and not gain anything.
That's great, Marcia. Congratulations. The
Yeah,
site.
that's all.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Hey, Katie.
Hey,
Hi, Katie.
How long you been here? I saw you come in earlier.
couple minutes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I did notice that that's actually what we were covering. And Katie also went into you probably went Huddle Up and Support Group and friended people.
Yes.
Katie was in Spain, and we were all sharing pictures, but nobody was getting actually, that's where the idea to friend each other came from, was so they could enjoy the pictures that Katie sent to us from Spain. But that's the way you do it. The Huddle Up is people who've been in the challenge, and then the support group is for people who are using the Medifast program. So you can do the same thing here. We have 101 members in here, and you can friend those people there as well. So let's go back to the challenge.
Oh,
So last day to weigh out is the 30th. The 30th is our next Zoom. And I thought that was kind of special because,
Oh, wow.
we're going to be having a Zoom right before July 1st when the next challenge starts. Marcia and Dorothy are going to be writing in the special comments. So you saw Marcia did it this past Sunday, and I told her I thought she did a really good job. I enjoyed the personal experience. I enjoyed the information.
boy.
Yeah. So let's go to the details. Weigh out begins June 26th. Weigh out ends on June 30th, and they're going to pay out on July 1st. So you will have your money if you meet your goal on July 1st. Everybody in the room has $1,000, just one person, and they're going to get it. They're really close, so no reason that they shouldn't get this is the July. They already have 278 people on there. They're probably all coaches. And this will start June 29th. Katie had asked me a question, and I do have the answer here if I didn't have that stupid screen up there. Let me bring this down. Okay, there you go. So these are the important dates for July. Weigh-in begins June 29th, and it ends on July 14th. So
Okay.
you'll be back.
Yeah.
If you want to use your weigh out picture, you can do that. but you may not want to. You might want to, you could still use your way out picture when you got back if you wanted to. But if you want to start with an accurate weight, then you may want to weigh in when you get back. You know, gives you the right starting point. But you can decide what you want to do there. So I have already gotten the room. Anybody that wants to go in there, I think I posted the link to the room. The message that Marsha was sharing with us about the maintaining, I had in the very first challenge a lady that needed to lose more than 100 pounds, and she picked to maintain. And the reason she picked to maintain was because she did not want to be the reason that somebody, that we didn't succeed in the challenge, or she didn't want that pressure on her. And what was funny is what turned out being is that she could not gain more than 1%. And when you're talking about the maintenance, so where she might have gained 3 or 4 pounds in that 6 weeks, it was 6 weeks at that time, because she was maintaining. She actually lost 5 pounds during the challenge, which was okay. But to pick maintaining is, some people might think, oh, that's easy. It still is a goal, and it still takes mindfulness, and it takes a desire on your part. You still have to want it, and you still have to do it.
Yeah.
Well, and it's part of the lifetime. It's part of our lifetime goal. So, I mean, the maintaining is important because
Right.
this is forever.
Very good. Thank you. Who here has participated in the meditations that's free 4 times a year with Deepak Chopra?
I have.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyone else?
Me too.
Oh, yeah. So they have another one coming up. Starts on 13th of July. And sign up for free. They come in your mail in the morning, and it takes total about 15 minutes, 5 minutes of message, and 10 minutes of beautiful music. It is a great way to start your day. I always hate when I get to the end of it, kind of like in the challenge. What is that? That's a skinny person.
It is.
Really?
I guess he's singing a song. I'm glad he's dressed. All right. And that's pretty much all we have there. Let's see if I got anything else. Dorothy, can you do the nurse's call for us? Let me get out of Barry.
Actually,
Hi, everybody. I didn't even know
Hello.
you was here. Good to see ya. Go ahead, Dorothy.
I can do the nurse's call, but the nurse's call was not nearly as good as the Habits of Health call, because the nurse's call was all about sleep. And I think we all that are on the challenge have already heard all of that.
Mhm.
So I thought the Habits of Health was a little bit better. It was Shirley Matt, which I have never heard her before. She was at one time 300 pounds, and she's kept it off. She didn't say how long, but the discussion was about summertime living and enjoying your summer, but to be smart about how you do it. And she's talking about all the things that you can do in the summertime that are not food related, that hiking, biking with friends if possible, swimming, plan a picnic, use sunscreen, like 15 to 30. Let's see, and
Don't agree.
what's that? Okay.
Don't agree. Sunscreen's not good for you.
Okay. Well, I'm reporting what they said.
Okay.
Chapter 17 is a reference to maintaining your sleep while you're on a vacation. If you can maintain your regular sleeping hours, if possible, and all about planning. It's all about planning. Make sure you eat every 2 to 3 hours. Check out the menus if you're going to go to a restaurant, and you can do that online. Monitor your progress, and a lot of times you go somewhere and you don't have a scale. take a pair of tight-fitting jeans or pants with you and try them on. If you're going away for a month, take those pants along, and you can monitor your progress. Let's see. Watch alcohol.
That's a good one.
Yeah, watch your alcohol, because there's a lot of calories and it'll get you started wanting other things that you're not supposed to have. And if you're going on a vacation where you know they have a special treat that you love, make sure you get that special treat the last day, not the first day, because it will keep you on your program, and then you can top it off with that special treat. And 3 bites of anything will satisfy you. That's what they say. And so if there's something out there that you think you have to try 3 bites of it and see if that satisfies you. And she topped it off by saying, food doesn't make life pleasant, you do. I thought it was a real good talk. I've never heard her speak before.
Yeah, that was really good. I enjoyed that. I wish I was making a
That
list.
sounds good.
Which ones come to my mind? Gosh, there were so many good ones there. Anyone pick one up? I like the jeans.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a really good idea.
Yeah. And there was something there at the end you said. I said, ooh, I like that too. Oh, the treat at the end.
At the end, yeah.
That idea. That's a great idea.
And they did invite everybody to go to convention.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Go to convention.
Conventions here in Orlando this year, so that's
Right.
kind of cool.
Right.
Dorothy, let me ask, did any of you, I posted the nurses call that Dorothy reported on last week in the room. Did anybody listen to that nurses call?
No.
Is there any point in putting it there? But I might even get this Habit of Health call and post it there, just so you can go in. It sounds like there's a lot of good information there, and there's no way I know we can cover all of it, because when you get a good one, it's a good one. And Dorothy obviously thinks this is a good one.
Well, Habits of Health is open to everybody. You don't have to be on our program.
I know, I saw that. It is wonderful. It's put on by the company.
And they have a Zoom where you can be involved in the Zoom also.
Oh,
So why don't I'll put the recorded one up, and y'all look at it, and y'all might actually want to, take part of it. One of the great things about Take Shape for Life, their mission is to get America healthy, not to sell you products. The fact that the products is what they use is the catalyst to get people healthy, and you hear success stories all the time. The real reason is to get America healthy. We work all the time. We don't get paid all the time. So this isn't about making money. This is about helping people take charge of their life and get healthy. And you do that one person at a time, and it's usually with people who you know. Just like Carol, all y'all weren't in here earlier, but she has had a friend come to her that is a diabetic. And she started asking the questions, and that's what we do. We start the conversation, and some people, they take it, and Katie and I started a conversation a long time ago. And I don't think you have any regrets, right? You're right here tonight. I mean, this was really cool, our relationship and how it has developed. I think about my granddaughter, Katie, and I'm closer to you than I am to my granddaughter. I don't know what you guys talk about when you're together, if I yeah. So, this has turned into a really special place in here. What else? That's it. I'll post that in the room, and you guys can take a look at it from a recorded version, and then decide if it's something you want to do, maybe live when everybody's on there doing the Zoom like we're doing the Zoom right now. The health assessment that I sent out, did anybody do the health assessment? It's okay. I can actually send it again. I think tonight's lesson is going to give you a reason to do the health assessment. So anybody have anything they want to add or contribute before I start the lesson?
Oh, I got a question.
Yeah.
What is the, Dr. A talks about 100-page book?
No, yes,
You know what I'm talking about?
yes. He has an ebook, and it's free for you to download, and it's a combination of material and videotapes. It actually has an assessment in it that I like, that's not near as complicated as the health assessment I sent you, and it really paints a picture really quick in that ebook. If there's those of you who don't have the ebook, I will post a link where you go and download the ebook. I'm so glad you brought that up, Cheryl. I have been meaning to bring it up. In the very first challenge, they had it there where you could download it. Did anyone here read the ebook I have? Dorothy, you have?
I've read most of it.
Yeah. Okay.
I did.
Marsh, you?
I've got it.
Okay. So have you read it? Did you enjoy it?
I do.
Yeah.
It's more condensed than like his habits of health.
Yeah. And it's personal. It's like he's talking to you. I mean, I feel like that I'm being coached right by Dr. Anderson. And I don't think you can get a better coach than that. That's for sure. Let's go to share the screen. Let's go to the lesson. Okay. We're going to do a recap of last week's really quick. Our intake of calories has increased while our movement has decreased, and we all know that contributed to weight gain. Nothing more needs said about that. And our current and projected health plan, according to the forecast path, more of us will get sicker younger and dying sooner unless we adopt the habits of health. And I think that those of us that are doing what we're doing and enjoying it as much as we are, we get the big picture. The big picture is overwhelming because you're having to think about stress, you're having to think about sleep, you're having to think about what you eat, you're having to think about how much you move, you have to think about all of these factors that contribute to the big picture. And I think that's where a lot of people get lost. But when you're in this challenge, you're getting a piece of everything, a little bit of everything every day. So it's not overwhelming, and you can develop new thinking and new habits over time just by constantly reminding yourself of how important it is. Dorothy, you said something about sweets a while ago, and I didn't know that sugar contributes to cataracts until now. I have cataracts. That might would have helped me not be such a sugar freak a long time ago had I known they actually are partially responsible to how bad your cataracts get.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I was shocked too. Yeah, I would like to know that before I put it to myself. But it's okay. I can pass the word around.
I have something to add on that.
Yeah.
My mom will know. I had really bad hoods on my irises. If anybody knows what that is. And since I have cut out sugar, they're barely there. They're almost gone.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
They went from being almost half of my iris to they're just barely like little crescents at the top of my irises now.
And that's just one of the side effects of sugar. So, our life expectancy has increased, but the quality of health has deteriorated. We were in great shape, but lived in a hostile environment. So a long time ago, we had our health, we had our strength, stamina from having to do everything manually. Wasn't convenient and made easy for us, but people lived in hostile environments and, fall off a cliff, get eaten by a tiger, get bit by a snake. So they didn't have a long life expectancy. We do. But more of us are decrepit in our older age that it doesn't matter. We're living a long time. Today we have conveniences, modern advances, and sick, non-sick bodies. The other thing we discussed last week is sarcopenia. And that's just simply that you're losing muscle after you turn 20, and whatever calories that muscle would have burned is no longer burning, and then over a course of 20 years you lose 1,400 calories that would have been burned had you kept your muscle, but because you don't, then now that 1,400 calories is going to get put on your body as fat without you changing one thing, never eating more, but just staying the same. You will eventually gain weight because of sarcopenia. And we talked last week about what new healthy habits have you adopted as you've moved towards a healthier life. So I'm gonna say a healthier habit I have adopted, and I hope each one of you will. I hadn't even thought about what I was going to say, but I would say that the most important habit of health that I have adopted is being mindful of stop, challenge, and choose. That one single thing there has been life altering for me. I would say that is probably the healthiest habit I've developed, but I have developed many over being exposed to this for 4 years. Who else wants to contribute a healthy habit they have developed?
I will. I have to say, I think for me, it was the eating every 2 to 3 hours. Because I just, I lose it. It was amazing to me that the last time I did this and continued that, even when I wasn't eating 100% healthy, my metabolism was still burning, and it completely disappears when I just go down to 3 meals a day.
Yeah. Thank you. Anybody else?
Exercise.
Yeah. Is that you, Dorothy?
Yes, exercise.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. You didn't used to exercise.
Not at all, ever. I had a treadmill and a bike,
Yeah.
and they were good for hanging clothes on.
That is fantastic. And I think, Katie, exercise is one for you.
Yeah, it was, and then I kind of stopped.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but I've gotten better with sleep. Like I used to sleep with my phone
Yeah.
literally like right next to my head because it's one of my alarm clocks because I have a hard time waking up in the morning. And I actually I don't shut it off, but I don't stay on Facebook right before bed, and then I put my phone on the floor. And now recently, it must be maybe because the sun's up too, that usually I need like 3 or 4 alarms, or I'd push snooze that many times to wake up.
Yeah.
And recently I've actually been waking up before my alarm, which is like amazing. That has never happened.
You're regulating your
Awesome.
sleep. Those are excellent. Oh my gosh. When she says that, let me say that tomorrow I'm putting together a training class on Fitbits. And I would say, come, I only have 25 slots. And I already have 10 people because it's open to anybody that wants to come in there, contribute, and learn. I have gone through everything, but I find that I just learn something new every time I'm looking at something. So I figure there's going to be things I know, things that they know, and it should be a good little training session tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Anybody that wants to do it, just let me know, message me, and I'll save that slot for you, because only the people I saved the slots for invitations. And let's ask the next question. What unhealthy habits have you eliminated? I'm going to go back to the very first thing I noticed about me when I went on the program. And I was rigid. I was faithful. I did the program exactly the way it was designed. And I would be fixing something for Tony to eat, and I'd find myself chewing. And I'd say, how did that get in my mouth? And so I realized I had unconscious eating. And that has been gone since that one moment. So that's an unhealthy habit, I would say, that has changed for me. Who wants to contribute that part?
Krista.
My biggest unhealthy habit is totally getting rid of sugar.
Very good. And you did.
Yeah, since September. I mean, I have it on occasion, but no, I don't. I not to do any sugar whatsoever.
Yeah, that's excellent. And I have to tell you, I have given up sweets. I can't say I've given up sugar because of things that I eat that still has sugar in them. But I have given up sweets. I still feel the same way. And I really don't, finding out about my cataracts, I sure don't want to make them worse. And that was encouraging what you said about what happened to your eyes. So maybe the next time I go see the eye doctor, because I've given up sugar, maybe I'll experience some improvement. That would be really good.
Yep,
Go ahead.
that'd be possible.
Yeah. Any other unhealthy habits that somebody stopped that they would like to share? Okie doke. So we'll move on. Chapter 2, the path, the creation of optimal health. So if I were a genie in a bottle and could grant you that proverbial 3 wishes, I bet one of them would be for optimal health for you and your family. The good news is that this is one wish you can accomplish yourself. You just need to know how. I'm going to talk about chapter 2, preparing for your journey. What do we mean by optimal health? It's different for everyone. Optimal health is the highest degree of health that's possible for you to achieve. So that's going to be different on different levels. Is non-sick your way of life? Dorothy, would you continue there for me?
The faces are in the way.
Oh, really? Let me move it.
Okay,
Is that better?
no.
Still? So that means everybody's not seeing it, right?
Oh, I can
Oh,
see
I
it.
can see it.
I see it. Yeah, I'll guess at the word. Is non-sick your way of life? If you're not sick, you're healthy, right? That's often how the medical world sees it. But in reality, these two states, non-sick and healthy, are vastly different. Do you know the difference between non-sick and healthy?
Anybody want to take a gander? So,
Time.
you could go ahead, Dorothy, and finish this page, and then I'll pick up again.
Non-sickness is like purgatory, simply surviving, as opposed to a healthy state of thriving. It is CAUS something, eating, and caused by eating an excess quantity of nutritionally barren food. Oh, that's better, which overworks the pancreas and facilitates your body's storage of fat. Non-sickness is a state in which your muscles become weak and flabby, a state of not enough sleep and way too much stress. It's a state that leads you to progressive dependence on medication to relieve your symptoms that are merely your body's way of telling you you're not healthy. Being non-sick often leads to life-threatening illness over time. In a state of non-sickness, time is against you. It may go unnoticed until one day you're so fatigued that you finally go to your doctors and find out you have diabetes. Your health path has led you from non-sick to sick. The bad news is that close to 90% of us fall into this non-sick category. The good news, or shall I say great news, is that non-sick can usually reach optimal health in a relatively short amount of time.
Thank you, Dorothy. I have personally experienced this, and when we talk about the health assessment, that is exactly how they rate it, and you go from optimal health down to very poor health. And non-sick is where most people, I ended up in the poor health category when I started, but I have now moved into the healthy. I'm not in optimal health at all. Let's go to the next one. Choosing your health path.
What?
Go ahead.
Can I say something first?
Please. This is in our... Hello.
Something?
Hello, go ahead.
Okay. Everybody looks at me as non-healthy. And I don't look at myself as being unhealthy. I have something wrong with me that causes issues, but I think I'm a pretty darn healthy person when it comes to what health means in my mind. So it's the way you look at things sometimes could be a little different for each person.
I'm glad you said that, because the one thing that I noticed in being around so many people is that there's a lot of people think that they're healthy and they're not, and they hardly eat sometimes. Some people eat all day long and they think they're healthy, but they're not eating healthy foods. We can be have weight on us, and be healthy, because what we're putting in our mouth is good for us, not bad for us. When we're getting up in the morning and we're going and doing something instead of sitting still, when we're learning and doing things that create knowledge that will help change our choices and what we do, when we try to be better, when we help other people, when we take care of ourselves, those are the things that make you healthy. You can't look healthy. You have to
Right.
be healthy.
I'd like to interject a thought.
Yeah.
It's really hard to be around people who think they're on the right path, but you know they're not. For example, I have a wonderful art teacher. He's amazing. He eats no vegetables. He eats meat all day long. And no one can, he actually throws up eating vegetables and other things.
Oh my God.
And so he thinks that he's staying healthy, even though he's taking cholesterol medication. He still thinks he's eating healthy, and there's no way to convince him otherwise. And you know that someday he'll be in a state of unhealthiness.
Yeah.
And there's your there's your non-sick.
His
There's your
pH, right. His pH will be, so he is an open vessel for cancer. Because your pH is so acidic, that's just frustrating.
Well, heart attack too, clogged arteries.
Yeah, red meat is a big thing. So choose your health path. Choosing the direction your path takes begins by understanding that life isn't a reality show. You know, we can pretend like it doesn't matter, and I'm guilty of that, but it's real, and it's the only life you got. You can't wait passively for doctors, weight gurus, or drug companies to come up with a solution. Your health isn't a spectator sport. Your health path isn't predestined to be a steady decline. By adopting habits of health, you can change your path at any moment and go from a state of sickness to one of thriving, optimal health. And Dick is the one who has made me believe that. And we all have him that we can look at and know that it may not be happening to us now, but better choices now. And the younger you are, you know, I'm not learning this until my 60s, but there's many people who are a lot younger than me. By learning it now, you're not going to be where I'm at talking about this later. And if that's the one thing we're able to do with this challenge and reaching people is to educate them that taking care of their health matters before it becomes a problem. And so now let's look at the health path that everybody takes. And you start out healthy, and as you live your life and through the choices that you make, some people can't control different factors in their life. We're not talking about them, but for the average person that through choices they make, they go from optimal health to sick. And when you're non-sick, you're neither healthy nor ill, but somewhere in between. You may be non-sick if you're overweight, pre-obese, not sleeping well, fatigued, weak or flabby, stressed out, taking lots of over-the-counter medicine. So it's really easy to see where you fall on that non-sick category before even doing the health assessment. Remember, our goal for you is to be much more than non-sick. It's to be healthy. And it's that your daily habits, your habits of disease or your habits of health, that determine that direction. You know, they either say you're creating health or you're creating disease with everything you put in your mouth. So I have come to believe that. Doesn't really impact what I do. What impacts what I do is what I want in that particular moment, and I'm getting better at wanting good for me. The habits of health, an overview. So habits of healthy eating would be at the top of that, and moving your body, strategic behavioral habits, the habit of support through phytonutrients, the habits of reducing dangerous inflammation, the habits of good sleep, the habits of creating a positive environment, and the habits of support. It's essential that all the habits work together. And that's why it seems like a mountain you can't climb. because it looks so big from the get-go. But we have all found out, regardless of where we're at in the process, that as long as you are buying into it and you're working to get better every day, it doesn't go away. The only thing that could make this go away or end is if we decided to stop and this was no longer important to us. But as long as being healthy is what you want, we're going to learn how to do that through the habits of health. Changing our focus. In our instant gratification society, we tend to think of weight loss as a destination. In fact, it really is just the first step. Optimal health is a journey based on lifestyle change, a reorientation from merely hoping to lose weight, all the while succumbing to daily stress and making poor choices, to creating health by allowing our minds and bodies to work together. That's very different than focusing on losing weight at all.
And I would like to interject that part where it says our mind and bodies and they work together. People don't listen to their bodies. They need to start focusing on paying attention to what our bodies are telling us about what's going on inside.
Well, wouldn't you say, I would say everybody in the room is experiencing that, wouldn't you? I think that's one of the common experiences we're all having is about our body,
Yep.
and how this impacts and how that impacts. I think we learn from each other every day. So that's anybody have anything? Are you enjoying the lessons? Am I doing okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's
Can
good.
I say something, Connie?
Uh-huh.
What Dawn said about and what you read about being more aware of your body. The most that I ever listened to my body was when I was taking yoga and I was meditating 3 times a week. And you just notice things like how like your wrist feels after like writing something, and just you're just more like yoga really puts forward that being like self-aware, which is kind of neat. And like when you said that, it just made me remember like that was the one time where I was really, really aware of like what my body was telling me.
Yeah. And when I first when I was doing meditation, it was like something I couldn't even talk to. I've done meditation since my 20s, so I'm 65 years old, and this has not been anything that was you could talk. When you said something about doing meditation in my day and age, they considered you a flower child. They associated it to drugs and all of that kind of stuff. So you kind of kept it to yourself when you knew what it was. But it has come to pass, and people are understanding that meditation to the mind is what exercise is to the body. And if you start your day, whether it's with just a few minutes of meditation, you will be surprised, just like Katie's saying there, what will happen for you in terms of what you learn about yourself. And it's like allowing yourself, like when you were a child and you knew who you are, you learned behaviors and all of that went inward. And when you go back to meditating and being alone with yourself, who you really are will start coming to the surface. Did you not find that to be the case too, Katie?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not like life altering or anything. If you never did it, it wouldn't matter. But it's one of my very favorite things to do. And I put it in my life a long time ago, and it will always be there. Did everybody hear about Deepak and Oprah's meditations, the free ones? Because I don't know who was on the line when I was talking. Anybody here didn't hear it? I highly suggest signing up for it. I love it. I wouldn't miss it. And I'm sorry when it's over. And it's free. They do it 4 times a year. Okay? Next week, last Zoom.
Wait.
Yeah?
I won't be here because I'll be in Peru.
I know.
I'll see you guys when I come back.
Yeah. Well, you're going to put the pictures so I can post them and stuff again, right?
Yes. Yep.
We'll be following you.
Yep.
Say again, Don?
Is it 7? Connie,
Go ahead.
sit is at 7, not 7:30?
It's going to be at 7.
Okay.
And Bev, you've signed up for the Fitbit. Don signed up for the Fitbit training. Carol, it wouldn't hurt you to get in there and listen to this. And I'll tell you why. I didn't even think about the Fitbit for my daughter and my son-in-law. He's an insomniac, and he has gotten this Fitbit with it where it does the sleep for him, and it's really changed how he makes the effort to get sleep. He'd stay up for like 3 days, and I never thought to tell him to get the Fitbit. And then my daughter, she's had heart surgery 4 times. And when she's at rest, if you've got a Fitbit, this is going to scare you, that counts your heart rate. Carl said he looked at her heart rate while she was sleeping, and it was 91.
Oh,
I know. I did not like hearing that. But, you know, it's good to know that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then what I love is the logging the food, watching your movement, interact with your calories. It really shows you energy in and energy out and balancing that. Yeah, yeah, it's really, I love my Fitbit. Uh-huh.
Plus, you can compete with one another.
I know the friend thing, I haven't gotten into that yet. I imagine that's going to be one of the conversations tomorrow night. So does anybody?
Yeah, it's fun. I have 2 of them.
2.
There's a weekday one that's 5 days long, and then they do like a weekend warrior where you just compete for those 2 days.
Mhm.
Well, do you have to have one to sign up?
No, you do not. And this would be a good place to decide if you really were a person who should get one. And
Okay, so
And which one?
huh?
And which one to get? Because the one that I have, there's one that's better than the one that I have.
No, it
And
is
if I were to purchase one, if I had money,
exactly.
I would have got the better one.
Yours was free. She won it in the last challenge.
Oh, nice.
hey,
You can't be
That's-
free, Dawn.
That's why everybody should attend your
Yeah,
course, because they may win one.
Yeah, that's funny.
I have a witness.
Connie, are you gonna take it?
I'm hosting it. I'm not going to say that I'm going to be the only one teaching anything, because I suspect that's going to be something that there's revelations all the way through it. So
okay,
I'm getting the conversation started for sure. Yeah.
is this going to be tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. And
And you-
everybody that signs up, I'm going to send them an invitation, and there will only be 25 that go out. So
Okay,
so
well,
when
I'd
I
like to
get
sign,
the last name, that's going to be it.
okay, I want to sign up.
All right. Anybody else? We got Ben, we got Don, we got,
Record it?
huh?
Are you gonna record it? Because I
Um,
can't be there tomorrow night.
I don't see why not. I can record it.
That would be great, because I do want to get one.
Okay. Dorothy, you want to attend? I'd like to talk about
it's
that.
amazing.
I don't have a Fitbit. I have a Withings, and it's
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah, and
But
I'd like to throw that in. I'd like to throw that in the mix for the conversation.
Okay, I would like to attend if I don't have company.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Send me an invitation.
You got it. All right, everybody. It was great seeing you. This was a good time. I'll be talking to you. Call me anytime. I love hearing from you. You know that. And Carol will be in touch in the morning. You want to call me or you want me to call you?
You call me,
After what time?
9.
You got it. I'll be talking to you.
Okay.
Glad you're back,
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. I'm
Bye-bye.
sleeping in
All right,
my
good night.
bed tonight.